Alright, greetings wherever you are. I trust this finds you in a great mood and welcome to TSM and Project G8. Today we're going to discuss about skill number 8, which is going to be the 5 MLM skills to a 7+ figure income. So this basically means making over 1 million Kenyan shillings. Remember, with our plan, you can still make 1 million every single day or even more. You can make that same million every week or even more, and you can even make more than that on a monthly basis. So it comes down to what you really want for yourself and how you can be able to get to that to master and have them at your fingertips. So the first skill is prospecting, and this is very important because most people usually fail to go beyond this skill. Okay, so you have to identify your target market using a name list. Of course, we have talked about the name list, how to set up your name list using the memory jogger. We have that in the GoPro book. It explains it very well. So you have to ensure that you master creating more contacts from your name and adding more contacts into your name list. The second thing is help your new team identify their name list too during the NDO, new distributors orientation. Okay, so of course we start talking about the name list and the NDO, and then the skills that you have prepared, we'll keep on elaborating more about the name list. So you have to remember that people who join you in this business, they believe that at one point or the other they're going to become like you, or they're going to achieve the things you've promised them. So it is your responsibility to guide them to the right direction, to where the knowledge is, to where the skills are. And hopefully, or rather fortunately enough, in Project G8, we are well organized to be able to help any person be able to succeed and understand what happens. Okay, so you have to remember that whenever you are building on this business opportunity, it is very important for you to follow through the skills. It is very important for you to follow through what we tell you. If you decide to reinvent the wheel and do your own things, you're not going to get the good results. You're not going to get better results. Of course, I've talked to people whom, you interact with someone, within 24 hours, they have already made up their mind. They have already made payments. They have joined the business already. They're part of the team. So that is what usually happens, okay? So next point is start with your warm market. Of course, you need to start with your warm market. And I think I mentioned this example in one of the videos that I did. We have one of us who just connected her aunt recently into the business, just like that. I talked to her aunt in less than 24 hours. She had already made up her mind. Okay, so you have to start with your warm market. There is always a reason for that. That is where you practice. That is where you learn a few things here and there, and then of course you get that these individuals, they need to understand what you're doing. They need to know what you're doing. Okay, and then after that, you have to prospect everywhere you go. Prospect everywhere you go. Don't prospect as you go, but prospect everywhere you go. This means prospecting should be as normal to you as breathing. The way right now I've just mentioned about breathing, that is when most individuals will remember, or rather someone who is listening to this will remember that they are breathing. But prospecting should be like that. It should be so automatic that you don't even know that you are prospecting. You just find yourself doing it without even having to think that you need to prospect. That is how it should be. So prospect everywhere you go. The next point is prospect all the time. Prospect all the time. The next point is prospect everyone. Make it your everything and anything. Okay, so prospect everywhere you go, prospect all the time, prospect everyone, prospect each and every individual, whether they are close to you, prospect, whether they are far from you, prospect, whether they said maybe you talked to them last year, they didn't respond to you, prospect. Prospect from the first day up to the last day. Keep on prospecting. Okay, so that is how now you keep on building on the business. So if you master the skill of prospecting, you get that it will be very easy for you to get to a 7-figure income. So that is the first thing. Number 2, inviting. You need to start inviting your hot market prospects, and then you move to your warm market prospect, and then you move to your cold market prospect. So you need to master the art of inviting. And we said, when it comes to inviting your hot market, you don't need to make it a big deal. Just these are now people who know you. Maybe your uncles, your aunts, your brothers, your cousins and sisters. You're just talking to them in a normal way. These are your homies also. people you live with in the same place. You're just talking to them in a normal way, and then you tell them, by the way, there is something that I'm doing here. I would like you to have a look at it. And then we have different scripts. You can even talk to this person and tell them, I noticed you're one guy who is very smart, or rather who is very keen when it comes to poking holes in opportunities. I would like you to find out if this opportunity is a good one or a bad one, or maybe I'd like you to find out what I missed in this opportunity. So those are some of the hot market scripts you can use for and professionally, okay? And then we have the warm market scripts. Of course, these are people now that you know a little bit. Maybe you've interacted with them based on association, based on their workplace, based on things like that. So whenever you're talking to a warm market, you introduce it a little bit casually. So you can go like this: Hi Ben, last time when we were talking, or rather last year, I heard you complain about your work and you said that you wanted to change. Or rather, if you had something that could pay you much better, you would focus on it. Were you serious about that? Or maybe that statement? And then maybe Ben will tell you, yes, I was serious about it. And then you tell them, okay, that is good. I think I've just found an idea we can work on. Are you available on this day so that we can talk about it? Or when can we meet so that I give you the details? Or rather, can I share more details about the opportunity itself? And then he says yes. And then you can go ahead and you say, it is maybe it is a 1 hour video or a 2 hour video. So if I share the video with you, will you be able to go through it? And then Ben will say yes. Okay, and then you send it to him, and then you let him go through it, and then you ask him, when can I hear from you? Since this is a 2 hour video, when can I hear from you for sure? And then Ben will tell you on maybe Thursday, call me tomorrow, call me maybe next week on Monday, and things like that. And then now we have the cold market prospect. And cold market prospect, the best way to do it is you break the ice by asking questions. So we have different ways of actually approaching the cold market prospects, and we have the scripts, different scripts we have both in our team and also both from Eric Ware, and this one usually involves questions. Okay, so you might be somewhere, maybe you're just doing your own things, and then you find somebody who maybe is commenting on a post somewhere like, where do people get money to buy cars? What do? You tell this person, I have a way I can share with you how you can be able to do that. And then you proceed on with the conversation. Most of the times, cold market prospects usually break the ice with a question. Okay, so after greeting the person, after making first contact, you greet the person, maybe you welcome the person to your network connection, and then you thank them for that, and then you pose a question. So I like doing it in a very simple manner where I can contact you today. Maybe let's say we have connected today. I will go to your inbox, I wave at you, and I tell you, thank you so much for connecting. This is my space, and I'm looking forward to sharing great ideas with you. Okay? And then after that, you can go ahead and ask the individual, are you in Kenya, or are you around, or where are you at the moment? And then that small catch up, like 2 sentences, 3 sentences, and then you leave them hanging. And then the next day you can come back and you say, hi, I hope you're doing great. By the way, yesterday we were chatting, but I got so busy and I left you hanging. Apologies. I would like us to continue with this conversation on WhatsApp, and then you give them your phone number. Like that. If you have planned your profile feed properly, they will just go there, look at what you have on your timeline, and then they will respond. Some people, depending with how you look like based on your branding, they will just give you their phone numbers. Others, they will contact you directly. Others, maybe they might ignore. If they ignore, just understand. And then you can come back the next day and you tell them, hi, is everything okay? I noticed we were chatting here. I wanted us to interact and share contacts and maybe see how we can be able to benefit together on a few things that we are working on, exchange notes and all that planning. But I noticed that you went silent. Is everything okay? If maybe the person doesn't respond now, that is when you know that this one is not interested. So what you do from there now onwards, you just proceed ahead, find the other people. Of course, we have so many other people. So that is how you do it. The other way, you can just contact them the way you ask the first 3 questions, maybe 4 questions, and then you disappear a little bit, and then you come back later on, and then you apologize, and then you tell them, by the way, I have a few ideas I need us to work on. There is something that has been keeping me busy, and I think we can communicate efficiently over WhatsApp. Here's my phone number. Kindly let's link up so that we can keep in touch closely. That is one way. But the other way, you can just go ahead and just ask them questions. Hi, I noticed yesterday we were chatting, and my apologies, I was very busy. We disconnected the chat, or rather I left you hanging. I have a quick question. I've just gone through your profile and I like what I see. Quick question. Are you someone who is open-minded, or rather, do you leave your career options open? Or rather, at the moment, are you comfortable with what you're working on? If someone says yes, you ask them, if you continue doing what you're doing right now in the next 5 years, are you going to be able to achieve everything you've wanted? And then if maybe they think, or maybe they try to explain, you just know that those ones, they are not ready. Okay, someone who is well planned, he knows where he's heading, he will tell you, yes, I am very sure. And then you ask them, okay, could you share maybe about your plans? And then, they will talk like that. So you have to understand also, people are different. Some individuals, when you are approaching them like that, they might think that you want to steal from them, or they might think that you want to find information or something bad from them. So for you to make prospecting very easy, make sure that you keep on updating your profile, or rather your whatever social feed, each and every single day, and make sure you keep on updating with good content that if someone goes through it, or rather skims through it, they are able to see that this is someone of value. And of course, as you keep on building the business, your life will start changing, your lifestyle will start changing. You'll start taking very nice photos, upload them and put them online. Those photos, those now will be like your reference point. Okay, so you get that most individuals, before they even start interacting with you, a majority of them will want to go and have a look at what do you post before they start talking to you. And this also happens in case where you are talking to someone. They might even take your name and they go online, they start searching for your name. Who is this person who wants to introduce me to a business idea? Okay, and then if they see that you're not someone fit to work with, they might ignore or reject you. And in most cases, if they see that you're someone who is good enough to work with, you'll find them, they have started liking your posts on Facebook. They have started liking like that. And then you just know that these ones, they are going to come to your inbox. And then you will see them in your inbox, and they'll tell you, by the way, I've checked you online. I think I need to tell me more about what you're doing, and things like that. So remember, in network marketing, you must master prospecting and you must master inviting. There are different ways, of course, of inviting. We also even have inviting people to the physical training. We also have inviting people to attend online meetings. We have inviting people to attend video materials, maybe the one that you're sharing via the WhatsApp and other avenues and things like that. So you have to be able to identify your target market, and then you identify which one works for you. For me, I'm very good at doing one-on-ones. That one, I'm very good at it. I'm also very good at doing town trainings. Very good at that. And I'm also very good at doing online trainings. That is, if I'm guiding someone over WhatsApp or over Facebook, I'm very good at that. Doing Zoom sessions and all that, I've perfected in that. It has taken me some time, but I've been able to perfect that. And how did I know I've been able to perfect that? Is because I've been practicing. I get to learn a skill, and then I try it on someone. I say, let me try it on this prospect. If I lose the prospect, I'll know that I've messed somewhere. So you get, that is how I've been able to learn. Okay, so you have to master inviting. Okay, next is now presenting one-on-one. Okay, one-on-ones, they are very powerful. One-on-ones, they are very powerful, especially for people who have the ability to go and meet their prospect and talk to them. And of course, you get that the moment you start making some good money in the business, of course, your lifestyle changes. You get to buy a car and things like that. Now, this time, that the moment that you have been able to buy a car and advance, that is also the best time to do one-on-one, because at that point, you get that being able to grow to that lifestyle exposes you to other people who are in the same financial circle, and you can be able to sit down with these people and share with them. Now, what about if you haven't reached that level yet? Still do your one-on-one. I started doing my one-on-ones at the moment when I joined the business, the way I was, with what I had, with those clothes that I had down there. I started doing one-on-ones. The beauty with one-on-one is, the moment you start doing the presentation, even if you don't look like someone who is making money, the person who is listening to you, as long as you have mastered doing the presentation, that person will always have an intuition inside them. They will know if you're telling them the truth or you're telling them lies and things like that. So now, what will now differentiate is if maybe it is the right time for them to join the business, or maybe if you're talking to the right people. Of course, when I started doing the presentation, I used to talk to students. Students were just people like me. Getting capital was very tough. And for me, I hadn't really known about how to isolate my target market. So I believed that these students, at one point, they're going to join the business. And you find out that it took me a very long time to be able to start succeeding, because I was depending and relying on people who probably were not having access to capital, who are not having access. Probably most of these students, you understand, they're just in a situation where they're not that well exposed mentally about other opportunities outside here. For them, they just believe you go to school, you study very hard, and then everything will be fine. But you get that most of them, after now they completed their school and they came outside here, they realize that things are different. So also, when you're talking to your prospects and you're teaching them about all these activities, you need to teach them about what we call target marketing, identifying the right niche of people you need to grow with. You need to present the business. If you want to grow very fast, you need to target the right people with money, or other people who have access to money so that they can use that as capital to be able to start the business. You cannot be talking to the same guys who do not have capital, who are not making an effort to get the capital and things like that, and expect to be able to grow in the business. So you have to mix, okay? So that is now the next thing. Now, when it comes to presenting your one-on-one, there are things that you must have. You must have the tools of trade, okay? So the tools of trade, this one, they include the presentation guide. Of course, we have different presentation guides. We have, like for me, I don't like using the presentation guide because everything I need to share about the business is usually in my mind. So what I usually do is I just carry the catalog, the company catalog, the one that we have. It usually shows the photos of the products there. I just want to show them the products, and then the rest of the things, I just do it from off head because I've already mastered everything, okay? So you need your presentation guide. If you're doing this presentation for the first time, you're a newbie, you need to have your presentation guide, and this one is going to help your people be able to learn on how to build on the business. Next thing that you need to carry is what you call a spiral book. A spiral book, this is where you're going to draw the circles, left and right, what happens here. You calculate there a few things like now, how is someone going to earn from the first week, second week, third week, fourth week? How is the arrangement for one account, for 3 accounts, for 7 accounts, for 15 accounts, like that? What is the difference between ED 2.0 and ED 3.0, depending on which country you are in? You show them there. That is now a place where you're going to do your rough work. And I was told, when you're drawing the circles, draw big circles so that someone can see, okay? So draw big circles as much as you want to earn the big money. Don't go there and put there some small full stops and some small circles. Draw something big, and that creates an impression in the mind of the prospect, or rather the person you're presenting the business to. It is able to stick in their minds properly. And then sometimes you can be able to tear a piece of paper from the spiral book. You hand it to your prospect, and then you tell them, now you can go with this one, go and start from this one, or you'll use this as a reference point and things like that, okay? So next thing, you need a good pen. You have to ensure that when you're going to do the presentation, you're not there trying to write and the pen is not working, and then you're sucking the pen and doing things like that. It's not a good way of, it's not good ways of operating in business, okay? So you need to have a spare pen. You need to have a very good pen, a pen that looks like you're someone who has money, or rather you're someone who understands what you're doing. Okay, so for me, I like calling it a magic pen. Make sure you have a magic pen. That pen, when you remove it, you start writing, or rather you start using it, it converts that person who is listening into a business partner. Okay, the next thing, you need testimonies. And these testimonies, you can have them in 3 ways. The first one is you give yourself as a testimony. Okay, the second one, you share other people's testimony. The third one, you share the progress of your team. That is now the way you can be able to break your testimony, so that now someone is able to see this individual who is presenting the business to me, how far did he go? Some people, they want to confirm that, especially if those people are coming from your hot market list and your warm market list. And some people, they want to know, who do you work with? Okay, so they will want to ask you, do you have a team? Do you have a WhatsApp group? What happens if I join the business? Other people, they will want to see, like, who else has been able to succeed, okay? So that is where you share photos or other testimonies about other people. Now, when you're sharing your testimonies, of course, one of the tools, or rather one of the ways of sharing the testimonies very quickly, is when you have them in your smartphone. There is a way you usually create folders. You just create folders of different people, and you put this one here. If these are grown-ups, you put all their photos there. If these ones are students, you put all their photos there in that folder, in that gallery folder. If these are, maybe, let's say, single mothers, you put there. If these are people who are working abroad, you put all their photos there. This one helps you be able to save time, especially when you're talking to your prospect, okay? So you just go there, you open your gallery, you tell them, these are people who are maybe employed by the government, these are civil servants. Let's see, this gentleman here joined with 15 accounts, this is what he has been able to make. This one here, he started with 7 accounts, this is what he have. This one here started with 13 accounts, this is what he has been able to do. This one started with 10 accounts, opened 2 accounts, or rather maybe 5 accounts for the wife and 3 each for the 3 kids he has. This is the progress. You move ahead. These are students. This gentleman here used his help to get started with the business. He used his government loan, his student government loan to get started with the business. This is how far he has gone. You explain like that. You just go through briefly. You don't give a deep story like that, okay? So you just brush through so that this person can be able to see different individuals who are succeeding. And then you can go ahead and open one of our WhatsApp groups, or maybe from whichever that you decide. We have different groups. You open, you tell them, this is one of our groups of individuals who are maybe working abroad. This is how we guide them. This is what they have been able to do, A, B, C, D, and things like that. You can also go ahead and open one of the company groups, okay? So you tell them that maybe this is one of the groups for official group for all individuals in Nairobi, or maybe for our office in Nairobi. These are the activities that happen there and things like that. You can also go to Facebook, okay? It's not a must you only show them photos in your WhatsApp. You go to Facebook, you tell them, this is how I do my mentorship of individuals from other countries, or maybe things like that. This is how we do our business. We have this group here, or rather we have this page here, or this is how I post my work. This is my timeline. You can take them to LinkedIn. You tell them this is also I build over here, so that you have, you explain all those things so that they are able to see. You just take them briefly through the testimonies so that they are able to see. When you're talking about sharing testimonies to the people you're presenting the business to, it's all about exposure. You're trying to show them that you're not the only one who knows the business. There are other people more than you, or rather other people apart from you, or other people who are not even close to you who are still building the business. Be able to show both the young, the middle age, the youths, and the old age people who are also building in the business, to create that concept, or rather to create that perception of this business is not only for the young guys. There are people who usually have experienced this a number of times. We go to town trainings, we are doing whole sessions, that is public speaking at the town trainings, and then someone asks, is this business basically for the young people only or for the elderly? Because we get that now we young guys, of course, we have more time and we are not that committed, so we decide to build this business on full-time basis. So whenever we are doing these presentations to the old guys who are there, they start asking, is this a business for only young guys and elderly people? So the moment you realize someone is asking you a question like that, it means when you are doing the presentation, or rather when you are doing when you are sharing the testimonies about the business, you did not expound on the fact that these are business that both the elderly and the young ones can be able to benefit from. So that one, the moment also, that is why it is very important to ask people to ask you questions during when you're doing the presentation. It helps you be able to learn, or rather be able to understand which direction should you head. What are the needs of this person whom you're presenting the business to? What does he want? Because when people are asking you questions, you get to learn more, you get to understand them better, okay? Also, when you also ask questions and the people respond back to you, you get to understand them even better, okay? But one of the sweetest ways to actually be able to understand where someone is leading is when you create a situation where they are the ones who are asking you questions. The moment they start asking you questions, it becomes very easy for you to weigh where their knowledge is, where their interest is, what is the most concerning thing they have about the business opportunity, and things like that, okay? So our next point is, as you close, answer the questions. Why should I join you? Okay, so this is something that is very important. After doing all this presentation, you've already shared everything and the testimonies. You have to remember, when you're talking to this prospect, when you're sharing, when you're presenting the business to them, they're asking a question, you're answering them. There is a certain question that they will never ask you. There is a question that the prospects will never ask you. And this question goes like this: why should I join you? Why should I join you in this business? So that is a question that the prospects will never ask you. It is only on very rare occasions that people will ask you that question. Tell me why I should join you. Okay? Now, if someone clearly asks you a question, tell me why I should join you, they are at a point where they want to make a decision. So you have to guide them the right way. You have to tell them the pros and cons. You have to tell them what you're going to do as a mentor. You have to tell them what they're going to experience if they join your team, and things like that. Okay? Now, when you're doing a presentation and the person you're presenting the business to has not asked you this question, it is you to know automatically that this person who is here, who is listening to what you're sharing, or rather who wants to learn more from you about the business opportunity, he needs you to validate. He needs you to validate the question, this question that goes like this: why should this person join you? Why should I join you? So whenever you're answering these questions, you have to make sure that the answers you're giving are the kind of answers that, you mold your answers very well to have what we call inclusivity, to include everything else that people are usually worried about. Okay, so sometimes I even like you can maybe if you're talking to this person and this person tells you, you know what, I've ever lost money in these things, you just keep that in mind. And then when you get to the point where you're now sharing the testimonies, you can go ahead and you say like this, okay, we also have one lady in our team who joined our team. She was able to lose this amount of money. Like, we have a lady who joined us, she was able to lose 40,000 Kenyan shillings to the wrong person. And we have another one who is also planning on joining us. She was able to lose, she lost 20,000 to the wrong team. And all these people, they are coming back to us because they have seen the sense in what we are sharing. They are getting what they were looking for outside there, they are finding it in our team. Okay, so when you're doing the presentation and this person told you, you know what, I've ever lost money to these scammers, I don't like the idea and things like that, when it comes now, you tell them, don't worry, we'll discuss about that one later on, I'll tell you what we will do. Now when you come to the point where you're sharing the testimonies, you can go ahead and say, this is one of the ladies that we work with closely, she's located here and here, this is what she has been able to do in the business, and by the way, she's one of the people who also lost money to the wrong people. You tell them, I understand we have scammers outside there. There are people who can mislead you, and there are people who can take advantage of you because you do not know. But if you have listened to my presentation very well, and if you've seen how we have organized our team very well, you will come to realize that we know what we want, and we are sharing a legit business, and for us, we do not hide information. In fact, one of our main pillars in our business is we want to expose you to the knowledge so that now you make the right decision. And that is what I've been doing with you from the moment I started doing the presentation up to right now. So in case you lost money outside there, don't worry, don't be scared. You are in the right hands. If you decide to get to join our team, we are going to work with you closely and we are going to help you. That is how you do it. That is how you are able to answer this question, why should I join you? Or rather, that is how, you might get, you're presenting the business to someone who has ever lost money to someone, and you need to validate to this person that you are the right team, you are the right mentor. So the way, whenever you're talking to this person, whenever you're doing the presentation and answering the questions that this person is asking, you need to answer this question without them having to ask you that question. I have explained this and I hope you understand what I'm trying to talk about. Okay, so we'll proceed, move ahead. The next skill you need to master for you to be able to earn more than 7-figure income on a daily basis or on a monthly basis is what you call follow up. Okay, so follow up is very powerful. Follow up is where the money is. Follow up shamelessly. Do not be scared of following up. For me, sometimes you get that if I try to follow up someone and they're not responding that much, I usually leave them. But if these people, they are able to see my WhatsApp status, that is where I'll follow them up from. However, according to the rules is you need to follow up on these people, and you need to follow up the right way. Do not become too nagging. Do not become, have a schedule through which you follow up these people. You tell them, I'll be updating you on these days and on specific days. That is when I'll be updating you, okay? So you are grown-ups. You people, you're grown-ups. You need to discuss, have an open discussion with this person. And I like saying that this is one of the things I like telling my teammates. If you have someone who is responding to you, you're talking to that person and they're responding, they're giving you feedback. Those are the people that you need to keep on working with. Do not go and start following up on people who don't want to respond to you. You're talking to someone, they're not responding, they're just viewing your messages and avoiding you. So if maybe someone is like that, you just excuse yourself. You tell them, okay, I've noticed you're not responding to my messages, so I believe maybe you found a better option, or maybe you don't even need to explain yourself. You just tell them that, okay, I've noticed you're not responding. Maybe you don't like this idea of working as a team and succeeding together. So I will try this idea with someone else. Maybe I'll check on you maybe after 6 months or after 1 year. We see how far we can go. Okay. Personally, there are some people I've been following up year in, year out since I started the business. Others after 6 months and things like that. And of course, it gets to a point, if maybe these people, they are not psychologically prepared to be able to change their environment, or rather to be able to grow success for themselves, you get that they will not be interested in the business. And it won't take you long for you to realize if you are following up on the wrong person or if you are following up on the right person. That is how things are, okay? So the next way of following up, I mentioned that I'll create a video specifically for follow-up to help you be able to learn on how to do it and on how to run the follow-up schedule with yourself, with your team, with the people you've presented the business to, and with the people that your team has presented the business to. Okay, so the next thing, you can also follow up people through chat group. You can request, you can ask the individual, you tell them, now that you've learned about the business, I want to add you to one of our WhatsApp groups so that you can be able to follow through and be able to receive updates and things like that. And then you proceed, you go ahead and do your follow up there. And then keep on following up with people by sharing, keep on following up the right people in your team by sharing success stories around the world. Let them understand that you're not the only one who is building on the opportunity. Actually, our business gives us a very big advantage. You can imagine we are in over 20 countries. Meaning, if you decide to find out testimonies from these other countries, you will never run out of ideas to share, or rather you'll never run out of content to do your follow-up. Okay, so of course in our team we are well organized. All those contents, we have them, so many testimonies, they are there, they are available. So in case you want to have access to them, you can talk to us nicely. We'll be able to show you where all these contents are. Okay, next point to help you become to help you be able to earn a 7-figure income is what we call duplication. Okay, now you need to understand something. Network marketing is a very simple business opportunity. And this business, it grows through the concept of monkey see, monkey do, or rather, which means copy and paste. You see what your upline is doing, you copy, you paste it. You see what your upline is doing, you ask him, can I use this one? I think, of course, it will get to a point you'll be able to weigh, you'll be able to verify and know that if this is what my upline is doing, I think I can do that. And then maybe if you don't understand how to do it the right way, just approach your upline and ask him, how do I post this one? How do I do it? They will guide you. Okay, that is how it is. And sometimes you get that your upline, or rather your sponsor, might be too busy for him to start teaching you something. But the moment you start asking questions, that is when you start learning. Okay, so back to my point about duplication. Network marketing is very hard for a lot of people because they do not know how to duplicate. And I talked about the concept, or rather the factor where not a majority of people know how to work with other people, or rather not a majority of people can become leaders or know how to lead or know how to be a team player. So if you are not someone, or if you are in a situation where you cannot become a team player, or rather a team leader, okay, most people do not know how to become a team leader. If you are in a situation where you cannot become a team leader, then be led by someone. Okay, so you are in network marketing, you are either a leader or you are being led by someone. You are either a leader or you have your own leader who is leading you and your team. So that is how it is. Okay, so one of the things that makes network marketing hard to be able to succeed in it, or rather to grow and develop a team, is because most people do not know how to facilitate the growth of a team. Lucky enough, in Project G8, we are going to teach you how to grow your own team. We're going to teach you some of the things that you need to do to control your team, to help your team grow, to have what we call a healthy team discussion and things like that. Okay, so we will teach you that. Hopefully I'll have a different separate, of course I'll have a separate presentation to explain about how to take care of your team and how to help your team be able to grow and advance and things like that. Okay, so now let's talk about duplication here. How do you duplicate? You attend all company events. You attend all company events and you share about the progress of your company and the activities of your company everywhere. That is on your social feed. Okay, next way of duplicating, of course, when you attend company events, people like following through people who are having something going on in their lives. Okay, so you get that the moment you get to attend these company events, you're going to listen to stories from different people, you're going to meet testimonies from different people, you're going to meet different individuals from different places who are building this business and succeeding in different ways. And all those people, they are going to contribute into helping you be able to progress your business and being able to help your business be able to grow. Because the moment people outside here see what you're doing, of course people like people who have something going on, so they will always want to follow through. They will want to see, what is this guy doing, what is the next step. And also to help you even understand it better, the reason as to why you need to do that, remember, when you started this business, there are people who rejected you. There are people who told you this is a scam. There are people who advised you not to join this business. There are people who told you not go anywhere with this business. That is why you need to attend all these company events, okay? So you attend, you share. You attend, you share. Let them see. I have this one individual in my team, and she was telling me that one of her family members told her, the day you will make more than 1 million, that is when you will believe. The day you become a millionaire, that is when you will believe and join the business, okay? And she told me that, what? I'm going to build this business because of the negativity I'm getting from my people and from my friends and those who are around me. If these people cannot believe that one day I can become successful, then let me show them who they are joking with. Okay, so that is the kind of conviction that you get. That is now some of the reasons. Those are some of the things that motivate and push people to want to succeed in this business. Okay, and you get that part of you attending company events and sharing what is happening in your team, the success, the progress, what you've learned, and things like that, is to keep on updating your social feed. You're not doing that not only for the sake of the people who rejected you in the business, but also for the sake of the people who are going to find you in the future. When those people come and see what you've been doing, it makes it easy for them to be converted into becoming business partners, and it makes it easy for them to join your business. You get, for me, people do not ask me the question like, how much are you earning? When did you start the business? They don't ask me such questions these days. Why? It's because I've been able to create what you call I've been able to create that momentum. I've been able to organize myself. If you go to Facebook, you find me, you'll get a lot of content there. LinkedIn, you'll get a lot of content. Whatever, maybe if you come to WhatsApp and maybe you're talking to me, I'll send you a lot of content. If you search for my name on Google, you will find so much information there. So that is how things are, okay? So the next thing is for you to be able to learn how to duplicate, do effective NDOs and other trainings that your prospect needs. You need to do a very good presentation, business presentation, where your prospect is able to learn about how to build the business. Most people failed in network marketing because, number one, they didn't know what to do. Number two, they didn't know how to do what is supposed to be done. Number three, they never had someone to guide them. Number four, lack of knowledge and lack of proper orientation. Okay, so those things, and together with other things, they contribute to failure in network marketing in so many people. So the moment you get someone who is joining you in business, make sure you orient them the right way. Make sure you give them the right directions. Make sure you teach them what is supposed to be done and how it's supposed to be done. And lucky enough, at Project G8 in our team, we are so organized that all those things you not have to struggle with them. We have the modules and we have the right material and the right training that we usually do to help people be able to undergo through all that process and learn how to build on their business the right way. So you have to understand that you cannot, when people that are joining this business, one of the things that makes them join this business is the fact that they have seen you have done ABCD and you have been able to achieve this and this and that. So they join this business believing that you are the person who is going to hold their hand and help them be able to become successful. So in case you do not have the knowledge to share with them, or in case your team is not able to support or rather be able to facilitate that concept of transferring knowledge from your mentors to the people who have joined you, to the people who have believed in the business and joined the business because of you, then it is going to be hard for you to duplicate. Okay, so as they keep on saying, training makes perfect. Okay, and the more you keep on learning, the more you keep on training, the more knowledgeable you become about the business, and the easier it becomes for you to be able to succeed. Okay, the next thing to help you duplicate is you need to lead by example. Be your own best team member, be your own best teammate, be your own best downline. And as I keep on sharing, in our business it is monkey see, monkey do. If you need to help your team be able to learn how to do something, the fastest way to help your team be able to learn how to do something is when you do it. And when you do it and they are seeing. So as they keep on seeing, they have to keep on seeing it. Once they see it to a certain level, to a certain degree, until whatever they are seeing that you're doing has been able to create a certain impact, a certain mental impact in their memories, or rather in their brains, they will start applying. Okay, so remember, your team is a reflection of who you are. Okay, your team is a reflection of who you are. If you have a disorganized team, it reflects who you are. If you have a team that doesn't understand how to build a business, it is a reflection of exactly who you are. So you keep on improving on that, and of course you understand that as I keep on sharing, the moment you make your first million with our team, you become totally different. The more money you make with our business, the more different you become, the more developed you become in terms of psychologically, in terms of your knowledge, in terms of everything, in terms of your skills, in terms of handling people. So the more progress you encounter in our team in this business with Alliance in Motion Global, the more mature you become business-wise, the more better you become. And so you have to keep on chasing on success, and you have to keep on chasing on handling more people and doing the activities of the business. Just continue doing it. There is always knowledge with that. That is why you will see in most cases, whenever we are talking about warm market, hot market, and cold market prospects, most people usually say, you know what, I'm not going to present this business to my family members because I know those people, they are going to discourage me. Yet when you check on our trainings will say, always present the business to your cold market, to your hot market. Let me see if we have that one here. You can see on this slide here, slide number 1, prospecting. It says start with your warm market. Okay, so start with your warm market or start with your hot market. So that is how it is. We said if you're going to use the scripts to prospect those professionals and you know those scripts that we have, you can start to use those scripts on your warm market and your cold market. Okay, but if you're just going to do casual prospecting, start with what you call your hot market. Okay, so that is how it is. Let's proceed. All right, so be able to lead by example. Be your own best downline, be your own best leader in your team. Because in network marketing, if you want to build a very big team, you start by leading yourself. If you cannot lead yourself to the results that you want, then you will not be able to lead any other person. So leadership starts with you. Be the best leader, and then along the way, people who want a leader will be able to resonate, will be able to find you, and they'll be able to want to be led with you. Okay, and usually in network marketing, the best way to lead is when you influence through what they see. In network marketing, you cannot command people. You cannot command people and force them to do what they are supposed to do. No, you only work with those who are willing to do what is supposed to be done. Okay, so that is how you're able to succeed. That is how you're going to succeed in network marketing. Next, bonus points to help you be able to earn a 7-figure income. So bonus, have what you call good attitude. Have a good attitude when you're prospecting. Okay, good attitude is usually contagious. Good attitude prevents your brain from succumbing to failure. Okay, good attitude helps you be able to resonate with. It helps you be able to. Of course, good attitude helps you to be able to resonate with the positive growth of your team. Okay, I've never seen someone with a good attitude who gets annoyed easily. In fact, those people, they are very hard to deal with. Someone who has his attitude on check is one of the toughest people you will ever encounter. Is one of the toughest. Those people, they are very hard to control. They are very hard to annoy. They are very hard to step on. They have control of their own emotions, of their own expectations and things like that. So attitude is one very good thing. So have a very good attitude when you're prospecting. Have a very good attitude when you're inviting. You have to understand that not everybody is going to do network marketing. You have to understand that not everybody is at the right point in life where they are mentally awake to want to work on their success and to want to work on what you call a residual income for themselves. Okay, you have to understand that you're dealing with so many forces. You can imagine someone who has been trained to become an employee since the time they were born. They went to school for 20 years, they have been told the same thing, and now they have become grown-ups. Their life is not working, but they still want to just become employees. So that is what we are dealing with. You have to understand that that is what you are dealing with. So the moment you have the right attitude and you're talking to these people, and you know they're responding to you, and you know they're interacting with you, you'll be able to know where is the problem coming from the moment you have the right attitude. Attitude gives you the chance to be able to understand people from a different level and to be able to handle your issues and build your business from a different level of enlightenment. Okay, so have a good attitude when you prospect. Have a good attitude to your downlines. That is, those are your business partners. Have a good attitude to them. Have a good attitude to your upline. That is the person who is above you. Have a good attitude to your sponsor, the person who connected you into the business. I've seen these happening in a number of teams whereby this guy doesn't want to talk to this one because I don't know this one did what in the same team. You have to understand that in network marketing you need to learn to work as a team. You have to put your differences aside and then you sit down together, you brainstorm. Here you can imagine you connect, all of you joined this business opportunity to become millionaires. So outside there is no way you can have people rejecting you outside there. You're sharing the business opportunity to them and they're telling you that business is a scam, you're not interested in it, they're fighting you. And then you come to your team, you don't want to talk to team members in your team because you're also having division. You're also having some small rejections there. That is not the right way to do it. You have to put your differences aside and then you work as a team. You are one inside that team. Until you learn how to do that, then you're always going to have challenges in your business because it is going to get to a point, maybe let's say the person who introduced you into the business, you don't want to talk to that person because maybe he was telling you something, you didn't understand what he was telling you, and then you thought that this person is forcing me or maybe this person is manipulating me and things like that. And yet maybe you're coming to you want to consult something from me, and yet I'm too busy to be able to be available to answer you. Now what are you going to do? Get that now? That is where the point comes in, where you need to learn to work with your team. Put your differences aside, learn to work with everybody in your team. That is how you get to learn. Why? Because there is someone who knows something better than you do, and there is someone who knows something better than I do. Okay, so that is how we are able to cooperate and grow as a team. Okay, Uh, Lastly, think like a champion. Believe in winning at all times, okay? You have to think like a champion. Let me tell you something. Um, for those of us who understand a little bit of deeper knowledge when it comes to attracting success, when it comes to building on your mega success, there is a lot of power in what you think and what you keep on telling yourself. If you keep on thinking that you're going to become successful, you keep on playing it, in your mind over and over, over and over. You keep on teaching your mind to find ways on how you're going to get to where you want. Trust you me, given the right amount of period of time, given the right circumstances, given the right environment, you are going to reach there. That is how I started. I usually tell people, I've been able to achieve this. I started thinking about how to become successful from a long time ago, but it didn't appear clear into my mind because I didn't have knowledge. So step by step, I started creating that idea in my mind. How do I become successful? How do I change my background? How do I be able to change ABCD? Why is it that I'm suffering like this and there are people who are making it outside there? How do I get to the top? And then, little by little, I started finding the right books to read. I was able to read this book. One of the books that really changed my perspective about creating success is this book by Robert Kiyosaki called Rich Dad Poor Dad. Okay, that book, it opened my mind to a very big extent, and I came to understand that most of us, we are suffering, or rather most of us in life, we are not getting what we want because of the mentors that we have. And who are our closest mentors? They are our parents. So according to Rich Dad Poor Dad, he says someone who has a parent who has a rich mentality and another person who has a parent who has a poor mentality, that is as a rich dad, that is rich dad mentality kind of parent, and a poor dad mentality kind of parent, these people, they're going to resonate differently when it comes to looking at success, looking at progress, looking at wealth creation and things like that. Okay, so Robert Kiyosaki says that his dad was the poor dad kind of mindset, and he had his close friend who had a rich dad, and the rich dad had a rich dad kind of mindset, and he was able to learn from both of them, comparing what he was able to learn from his own father and comparing what he was able to learn from the rich dad, that is the father of his friend. He was able to gather a lot of experiences, and that is what he was sharing in his book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Okay, so it's a very powerful book. It helped me be able to open up my mind to a lot of things, and that is how now you start thinking like a champion. The moment you read these books, we have several books outside there. I usually tell people there is this quote that goes like this. I like using it in so many places, and it goes like this: there are two places with all the wealth that people are always looking for in this world. The two places with all the richest and wealth of this world are in the books that people never read, and in the graves where men died, or other men went into those graves with all the knowledge in their brain, in their heads. Okay, so in the graveyard, you will find that is where we have the richest, or rather the most knowledge. A lot of knowledge is stored there because we have people who knew how to get to this kind of big life, and they kept that knowledge in their heads, and they died with everything in their heads. Okay, and then the other place where you're going to get all the riches of the world is in books. People do not like reading, so the riches of the world, they are found in the books that men avoid, and in the graves where men died with those visions in their minds. Okay, so that is how it is. So for you to be able to learn on how to be able to attract this seven-figure income plus seven plus figure income, you need to start thinking like a champion. You need to believe you are a winner. You need to believe you're going to become successful. You need to get to a point where you have been able to develop your principles towards success and self-development, that the only differentiating factor that is remaining is only time. You're just telling yourself that now the only thing that is remaining between where I am and where I want to be is just time. So let time play its role. And you said, now that I've been able to gain all the principles towards creating success, towards attracting everything that I want, the only thing that I can do right now is to keep on building, and then I will allow time to take its course, so that when I reach there at the right time, I'll be able to have everything. And remember, you can control time. Okay, when it comes to achieving your success, the difference between where you are right now and where you want to be is time. And remember, you have a say in that time, based on the activities that you are willing to do, based on the effort and the input you are willing to put in where you are. it can change the distance, or rather the time frame from where you are to where you are supposed to achieve. It can change that distance of time. Okay, so those are the things that you need to put in mind. And lastly, that marks the end of our presentation. I believe you have been able to learn general knowledge about the skills to help you, 5 MLM skills to help you be able to achieve a 7+ figure income. And when you talk about a 7+ figure income, that is over 1 million on a monthly basis, or over 1 million on a daily basis. So in our business, in Alliance in Motion Global, it is you to decide how much you want to earn by the end of the day. Okay, so you are in total control of your income, and you are in total control of how many times you want to earn in a day, by which extent, how much income, how big an income you want to earn, and all that. Okay, so up to this level, I believe you have been able to learn something. Let's keep on growing, let's keep on building the business so that you can be able to create a successful life. Let's meet at the top. Ciao.